Hi everyone and welcome to today's homework help for English. We're talking about compound sentences. If you get asked to write interesting sentences for homework, then today's video may help you come up with some easy ideas to make your sentences more interesting. The way we make a compound sentence is by putting two simple sentences together. We do that by gluing them together using a conjunction, which is a joining word, or I like to call it glue, that puts two sentences together. I've got some examples on the screen there. And, but, for, so, because, and there are many others. One resource a lot of teachers use is the Fanboys acronym, and I'll show you what that is on the next page. Here we have the coordinated conjunctions, Fanboys, which are some helpful conjunctions you can use: for, and, nor, but, or, yet, or so. But this isn't an exhaustive list. That means it's not a list of the only words you can use. These are just some common suggestions. Here are some examples of using conjunctions to make two sentences into one more interesting sentence. The first example has two sentences. It is raining outside, full stop. We can't go to the beach. Now think about how these ideas relate to each other, because that will help us choose which conjunction is the best one for this particular sentence. Sometimes it might be adding two ideas together. In that case, you might say and. Sometimes they might conflict with one another, so you might use but. In this situation, one causes the result in the other one. It's raining outside, and that causes the result that we can't go to the beach. So a good conjunction to use here would be so. It is raining outside, so we can't go to the beach. And usually, in correct grammar, when we add a conjunction, we put a comma before it. So you can see on the bottom of the page there, it is raining outside, comma, so we can't go to the beach. Now you've written an interesting compound sentence that sticks two ideas together, and it's much more exciting than either of the sentences would have been on their own. Let's say you had to use the word outside. You might have said, it is raining outside. By thinking about another idea and then sticking it together with a conjunction, so we can't go to the beach, your sentence suddenly becomes a lot more interesting. And this is as a side note here, for older students, a lot of the time when you do writing assessment items, so that might be essays or stories and those sorts of things, you might see on the task sheet or the criteria sheet for marking that there is a description of the type of sentences that you use. And usually to get a good mark, you need to have a variety of sentences: simple, compound, and complex sentences. So these compound sentences will not only make your homework sentences more interesting, but will make your writing overall more interesting and allow you to access some of those higher marks for your sentence structures. Now, how about you have a try? Here are three pairs of simple sentences. The first pair: I do not have the key. I do not know the code. Second pair: I do not like to surf. I enjoy the beach. Third pair: only participants are allowed in the room. I will wait outside. Now you can pause the video here and have a think about how you might glue these pairs together to create longer single sentences. See if you can make three single sentences using conjunctions, and then when you're ready, hit play again and see if you agree with my suggestions on the next screen. Okay, I want to remind you that there's no right or wrong answers here. Of course, if the meaning of the sentence is changed, then that would be a less ideal conjunction to use, but I would be proud of you for giving it a go. Okay, so if you've made a different choice than the one I've made, that's okay if the sentence still makes sense. And if you've made a choice which does change the meaning a little bit, hopefully you can learn from this. And then in that case, the mistake is just a step on the journey towards success. Okay, keep that in mind. Here we go. The first one, the pair was, I do not have the key. I do not know the code. My pick here would be the word and, because the two ideas really do go together and they're just adding on one another. I do not have the key and I do not know the code. Or I do not have the key and I do not know the code. I had a look on the internet just to check where the comma should go here, and there isn't a really clear answer. I think the top one, comma, conjunction, I do not have the key and I do not know the code, could be correct. However, I think the one that's more commonly used, particularly in children's writing in Australia, would be the second option, I do not have the key and I do not know the code, with no comma. Number 2, I do not like to surf, I enjoy the beach. They kind of conflict with one another. I do not like to surf, which happens at the beach. At the same time, I enjoy the beach. So it's not like surfing is the reason or a reason to cause me to not enjoy the beach. So I thought yet would be a good choice here. I do not like to surf, comma, yet I enjoy the beach. And the third option, only participants are allowed in the room. I will wait outside. And I thought here, so would make good sense. Only participants are allowed in the room, comma, so I will wait outside. How did you go? Maybe you made a different choice. You could let me know in the comments and I can let you know if your choices make sense and if they're good choices. And if there's some feedback that I can give you, I'd be happy to do that as well. Okay guys, that's today's homework help. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel if you'd like to get further homework help ideas, hit the bell so you don't miss notifications when new videos go up, and please feel free to comment with questions or feedback and I will help you if I can. Thank you so much.